In Unit 3, we look at animal handling and safety, and it starts off with animal welfare and animal rights and the difference between those two. Value of an animal, as we talk about it, first thing we have to do is talk about what the definition of value is, and it's the relative worth, merit, or importance, the value of a college education. It's the monetary or material worth, as in commerce or trade, or it's import or meaning, like force, significance, the value of a word. It's liking or affection, a favorable regard, the ideals, customs, institutions of a society toward which the people of a group have an affectionate regard. So let's talk about this. Would you rather receive a puppy or a spider for a Christmas present? Why? Well, probably most of us would rather have a puppy because we don't have a lot of value for spiders. And we need to look at how our personal values affect our opinions. Because we don't value spiders, that means we don't want one as a gift. There's two philosophies. One is there's animal welfare, and it's the philosophy that animals should be treated in a kind and caring manner. You take a field trip to a local farm, there's market hogs on feed, there's cattle grazing in a small pasture, and 2 herding dogs in a kennel. An animal welfarist, when they look at this scene, would see the hogs have feed, the cattle have grass, and your herding dogs are in shade, they're pinned up, they can't get ran over by a car, everything's going well. Now, we come to animal rights thought process, and that's a philosophy that animals have the same rights as humans and that they should not be used for human consumption. What that means is animals have the same value as people. Animals should be kept the same way that people are, and we should never use animals for anything. Once again, we come to the same pasture that has cattle in it, hogs on feed, and 2 herding dogs. An animal rightist is going to say, those market hogs are being force-fed. That's not what they naturally eat. The cattle are in a small area. They should have a large area. And the dogs are pinned up. This is not right. Another approach is dominion, and it's absolute. People can do whatever they want to animals. Humans are the only species with rights. The absolute belief means anything you want to do is fine to do. Utilitarian is animals have rights, but human needs for food, clothing, and research outweighs those rights. And then an abolitionist, animals have rights similar to people. Abuse and cruelty. Abuse is to wrongly or improperly use something, or to treat in a harmful way that will cause injury or offensive way. Cruelty is the state of being cruel. Certainly as animal producers, we do not want to be viewed as abusive or being cruel. And one of the ways that we need to make sure that our consumers understand animal agriculture is to explain things to them when we see them out in public at shows, when we have discussions with them at the fair, so they understand what we do. And it's very important that consumers understand how we take care of our animals, that we go to the barn and we check on them, that we have pastures that we rotate them through so they have fresh water and fresh grain. So I guess it comes down to this. Is there such a thing as correct philosophy between rights and welfare? I know what I believe. I'm certainly not an animal rights activist and probably will not be, but I do think we need to take care of our animals and make sure that we're not being cruel or abusive.